The Barr and Stroud Sahara 8x25s have been around since forever. Well, definitely before I started trading. And so what we're going to do today, we'll have a look at what you get in the box, the handling, the all-important optics, and finally, how does it stack up against modern equivalents with, on paper, the same or very similar specification. Other than the binoculars themselves, what else do you get in the packaging? Well, you get a very nice retail box there with an image of the binoculars on the front and also the side and the back, and on the rear it just gives a quick overview about the Sahara range, because they don't just come in 25mm. Lens covers, you get all in one there for the eyepieces, and two separate pull-off ones, not drop down like you get with a lot of binoculars, for the objective lens. And something I noticed, I don't know if they thought about this in design stage or if it just happened by accident. Let's say for example you don't like to have the eye covers, objective covers on all the time. So what you can do, you can actually remove those and they both fit on the eyepieces. Now, not everybody likes the all-in-one, so now you have a choice. You can use the all-in-one eyepiece covers or separate. You get a nice soft nylon case there. It does the job, because these are a budget set of binoculars and it does the job. And you get either a neck or a shoulder strap there, however you want to describe it. Inside you get a small microfiber cleaning cloth and also a unpadded nylon strap, which you can upgrade to a padded one at any point. And so that's a quick look at what you get in the box, and next up we shall take a look at the handling. A quick word about the build quality before we get onto the handling. These are, considering the low price, these feel incredibly solid. These are going to last you a lifetime, I would say, much more than the 10 years that they offer you. Polycarbonate body, not magnesium alloy, and that helps keep the cost down. Very easy to handle, double-handed or single-handed use if you're out walking the dog or with your partner. Twist eye cups, these are about 13mm eye relief or so, and so if a twist out like so, I found they did go in quite easily, but in the real world don't worry about it, because that does not happen. But talking about the eye cups, these are some of the nicest I've ever used. As you can see, nice round edge to them, and so if you do put them right up against your eyes, then these will not dig in at all, which, believe me, is a problem with some binoculars. And so handling very easy. The what you call the single hinge rather than the double hinge, and so for the beginner much more suitable. The strap I mentioned is a nylon, and so of course for comfort you can upgrade to a padded strap at a later date to improve that side of things. And so next up we shall have a look at the all-important optics. Quick rundown of the specifications. What you get is fully multi-coated optics, silver coated BAK4 prisms, not face corrected, nitrogen gas filled, and 119 meters at 1000 or 7.2 degrees field of view. These are quoted as 2 meters close focus. I found that nearer 2.5 to 3, so be aware of that, but that's still plenty close enough for many people. And so the view through is improved greatly by really nice internal baffling. I could detect virtually no internal reflection whatsoever, and that does help the image jump out at you more, helping increase the contrast. And so these are not ED glass, and so when you look at very high contrast subjects or maybe heavily backlit trees, you will notice some purple colour fringing, but it's not overwhelming. But for most other situations with the sun behind you, you're really hardly going to notice it. And another thing that I found better than expected was the small amount of pincushion distortion. Not a problem to some people, to others it is. There is a sweet spot of around, I would say, 50% or so when the image starts to fall off. But again, for a set in this price range, it's not like the image quality falls off a cliff towards the outer edges. Maybe not as wide an apparent field of view as some modern binoculars, but that just helps keep the cost down with the lens elements construction in the eyepieces. And so yeah, maybe not suitable for dusk and dawn situations where the low light capabilities will be limited, but other than that you get nice, what you call natural colours, reasonable chromatic aberration control, I would say, for most situations. And yeah, for a set in this price, no problems at all. Come very recommended. As mentioned earlier, the Sahara range have been around for a long time, and so the question is, how do they compare with the current crop? And taking into account in recent years the quality of optics and lens coatings has come on a long way, and so on paper we have two same specification binoculars here, the Viking Badger 8x25 and the Hawk Nature Trek 8x25. And so the question is, how do they compare? Is the image through these as bright and sharp as these? And the answer is no, it's not, but not massively so. The price of these is around about £20 less, and so are they in a way £20 worse than these two when you're looking at value for money? And I would say no, they represent really good value for money. Some people trying these three in a blind test may not notice much of a difference, but yes, there was, in my opinion, a brighter and sharper image with these two. And so the question is, for the price you pay for these, is that perfectly acceptable for you, the view that you get through these? If you want to spend a little bit more, then yes, you can go for options, and including the Barr and Stroud Series 5 that I have reviewed in another video. And so I hope that helps. A quick look at the Barr and Stroud Sahara 8x25. Link to purchase in the description below. Obviously you are supporting our channel by doing so. So thanks again, and I'll see you next time.